Okay, hi everyone. It's just Rick from RCP Gaming here. And yeah, today we're just going to talk about something that happened on Thursday or Friday. So basically, my PlayStation Pro decided it was just going to conk out and stop working. And by that, I mean everything just started to lag. And I mean, like, when I say lag, I don't just mean it was like just a bit running a bit slow. I mean, it was juddery. It was just like not having it. Like, even browsing through menus, it was just like, it was literally like just going, it was just terrible. First noticed it properly when we were actually playing that bad boy right there, which was Final Fantasy VII Remake. Decided it was going to come up with corrupt error messages several times throughout playing it, which wasn't ideal. It was just causing loads and loads of issues. So what we did is I completed that game, and then I went on to play something like Star Wars Jedi Order, or whatever it's called, Fallen Order, New Order, whatever it's called. Did that, and it just was so slow. And when I say it was like you couldn't even watch a cinematic. You'd watch a cinematic, the audio would be there, and then the next minute it would just cut out. It would just cut out and be quiet. The game would carry on running, and then it would run out of sync for about maybe 2 minutes, 3 minutes, something like that. And then it would just crash. It would crash. It'd say the file's corrupted. You need to uninstall, reinstall. Now, some games, not all games, ran fine. Like things that used a lot less processing power, things like Bayonetta or Streets of Rage or anything like that, worked fine. Like not even a problem. Like just run perfectly, no issue. But still, the menus were slow. The big games were slow. So I had enough of this. I rang PlayStation support in London's office, and they basically said, because I thought it could be the 7.5 update that had bricked it, because I know there's a lot of consoles that are doing very similar things. They're all like basically crashing. So yeah, we had a bit of a problem. So I spoke to them about it. They assured me that it wasn't the update, because a lot of people, when they do that, you couldn't even do anything, basically. So when I phoned them, they advised me to rebuild the database. If nobody knows how to do that, all you do is you basically turn your PlayStation off, hold the power button down for 7 or 8 seconds. It'll beep at first. Keep your finger held on it, and then you'll hear it beep again. That'll take you to like the background menu of the PlayStation, where you can rebuild database, force an update, and reinitialize your PlayStation, so on and so forth. So anyway, we rebuilt the database. That didn't work. It sort of made it a little bit better, but maybe for like 10 minutes, and then it was just like, nope, dead. So following that, I then tried to back everything up, because they basically said you're probably going to have to reinitialize the PlayStation as the next step, because, much like my diagnosis of it and their diagnosis, was that the hard drive was knackered. It was, if it wasn't dead completely, it was really on its way out. It was just on its last legs. Just to confirm with everybody as well, I literally only had this PlayStation 3 years. So I had a previous one, which was just a normal PlayStation, wasn't a Pro like that. But I had the normal PlayStation, and I had that for like 7 years, and it's been absolutely fine. It still works fine to this day. So hard drives, it's just hit and miss, I think. So anyway, try to back up. Now, this is where you guys, if you're having a similar issue, you may not or may not be able to do this. So I got a Seagate external hard drive. I don't know whether you can see it there next to PlayStation. It's a 2 terabyte hard drive. Plugged that one in, formatted it to exFAT so that it could store the stuff. Went to do the backup, got to about 10 gig. Sometimes it was going to 10 gig, sometimes it was going to like 200 meg. It just basically kept saying backup failed. Now, it says that it's the external hard drive. It's not. It isn't. I can assure you now, it is definitely the hard drive that was causing it to fail over and over and over again. It was just really bad. So basically, I then thought, I'm going to have to just back it up to the cloud. So I managed to back my saves up, my settings, and my themes. It let me do to a separate USB. It was purely and simply just the captures and it was the captures basically that was something somewhere was corrupt. I think there was a couple of corrupt save files, but the good thing about when you upload it to the cloud is if there are any corrupt files when you upload to the save data to the cloud, it leaves the corrupt files behind. So it is actually impossible to upload a corrupt file to the cloud. It just leaves it behind on the hard drive basically until you can delete it. So trying that, I tried to delete those files. That didn't work. So the only thing that I lost was all the captures. So screenshots, videos, so on and so forth. So the next thing that we did from there is I synced up all the trophies, reinitialized the PlayStation, and you have to download the firmware file off Sony. It's on the second page, not the first one, because there are two. So if you do go on the page where you download the firmware, it's not the one at the top, it's the one at the bottom. Just so you know. So following this, we tried to reinitialize it. Same thing again. So at this point, I had three options. It was either send it away to Sony to replace and repair, which would have cost me £175 in dollars. That's probably, don't know, close to $200 maybe. I don't know. But it was just like, no, I am not doing that. The next option was buy a new PlayStation Pro. Didn't really want to do that either. But, if I had no option, then that's what we were going to go for. So, you guys, this is where we're going to talk fixes. So basically the fix that I put in place was I brought my PlayStation, my original PlayStation, not the Pro. I had that still. So I brought that downstairs. I downloaded everything from the cloud. It still had a lot of my my old saved data, and games and all kinds of stuff. Obviously not like the new stuff like this, but the old stuff. So I refreshed that by downloading from the cloud all my recent saves, using the USB that I backed the settings and the themes on. I transferred that over, relogged in, got my profile. So basically I had it pretty much all the stuff that I had on the Pro on my old PlayStation. So I plugged the external hard drive into the old PlayStation and downloaded a couple of games. So I downloaded like Final Fantasy and Star Wars. Tested it, made sure it worked flawlessly. Perfectly. So I was like, okay. So it was definitely the hard drive. So, it could be the Blu-ray drive, but I'm pretty much set it was the hard drive. So following that, I bought a internal hard drive. So the one that I bought was a Seagate Barracuda 2.5 inch, and it was a 1 terabyte internal hard drive, which is more than enough that you will need. You shouldn't need more than that. If you do, I completely recommend using one of those, which is the external hard drive 2 terabyte one. Probably cost me about 80 quid a couple of years ago, so it's good. So after I did that, the USB stick that I backed up all of my data onto there, off the old PlayStation, so I had everything basically. Once I had everything backed up on there, I took the external, which had about 3 games on anyway. Brought my new hard drive, fitted my new hard drive. It's super easy. You literally, if you got a Pro, you just turn it upside down. There's like a little catch on the back. You pull away the catch, and then there's a screw. You get a posi screwdriver, undo the screwdriver, pull out the caddy, drop out, and then there'll be 4 screws on the caddy. So you just unscrew all four. You unscrew all 4 of those, drop in the new hard drive, take that one out, drop in the new one. You have to like sort of lift it up a little bit so the screws line up. Put the screws in, screw all those in, just do everything that you did again in reverse. So caddy in, click it in all the way, put the screw in, done and dusted. So brought that downstairs, booted it up in safe mode, reinitialized it using the firmware that I did for the old PlayStation on the new one. Redid the firmware and backed everything up. Now I can confirm that this now is the PlayStation Pro, and it is just rapid. You know, it's just so quick. Like you couldn't even do like this. Do you know what I mean? Without it crashing. And yeah, I've literally got everything that I had. So like all my trophies. You know, all my trophies are still there. Platinum Man-Eater, which just come out. You know, like all your saved, your Netflix stuff, your friends carry over, notifications. You know, you've got that there. And yeah, I mean, all you do when you're setting up a new one, if you download to cloud anyways, you just go on PlayStation Plus. It'll prompt you to sign in. It's not going to do it for me because I've already signed in. You sign in. And then, yeah, once you've done that, you just sign in. Everything's done and dusted. It pulls all of your saved stuff off the cloud. The only thing it doesn't carry over is your captures. So you would just go to storage, system storage, and captures. And the only reason that I've got these, so the save data, the captures, the themes, applications, obviously, that's Final Fantasy. I've got to re-download all my games, which is a bit of a pain, but it's the easiest way of doing it. So, and as you can see at the bottom there, 757 gig, which is the 1 terabyte hard drive that I've fitted. But yeah, all my capture gallery and everything, that's just pulled over from the old PlayStation. So you'll probably find that on here it won't have things like Final Fantasy or Man-Eater, you see, because obviously we haven't played that. Oh, Man-Eater is there, but that's only because I backed it up to the cloud. So yeah, that's pretty much it. It's just one of those. It's a bit unfortunate if it does happen to you, but the easiest way that I was making this video was basically just to inform everybody, because if you guys suffer the same thing that I did, where you just get the laggy, you keep getting the corrupted file message, if you get that, all you got to do is literally just buy a new hard drive. If you just buy a new internal hard drive, they can probably get up to about, what, £45, which is probably about $50, maybe less. You don't need a super smart one. If you just want to get up and working, you know, you could probably just get the Barracuda 2.5. You have to make sure that the internal hard drive you buy is a 2.5 inch. Anything bigger and it will not fit. So that's really important. It doesn't matter what hard drive it is as long as it's 2.5 inch. You can get this one that I got is a HDD. It's not an SSD. It's not a hybrid, but as you can see, it does the business. And it's really good. So yeah, that's probably your best bet, guys. I mean, it's up to you. You can go out and buy a new PlayStation if you want to. That's like 300 and odd quid, but not really worth it. You can send it away if it's within warranty, but if you're under the situation that I was, which was that you don't have the warranty, then yeah, it's a bummer. It's a bummer. It's a pain, but that's what you got to do. So I hope this video helped you guys. Bear in mind as well, obviously, if your hard drive does go, you are more than likely not going to be able to back anything up on. Um, it's just going to be one of those. You'll be able to back up your saves and your profile onto the cloud, but if you have any captures or anything like that, the likely, if you've got captures, you're probably going to lose them. It's just the way it is, unfortunately. There's not really an awful lot you can do. If you have, themes and everything, obviously it's licensed to your account, so you just, when you log into the new PlayStation, or when you fit the hard drive and you set it up again, when you log into your account, you'll pull all that stuff over anyway, so there's not too much to worry about. The only thing is spending a bit of money for an internal hard drive, but it is what it is. If you guys have the same issue that I do and this has helped you, then, don't forget to just leave this video a like, comment if you got any questions, and I'll try and help you out with them. But yeah, that's probably your best bet. So take care, everyone, and peace out.